But if you do this correctly, you should be getting deals. If you're not getting any deals, any sellers pre-approved, it's because you're doing something wrong. And what you're doing, and you did that same thing you're doing last year, don't expect a different result this year. Nothing's going to change. So you either have to say, what I'm doing is not working, or let me do what other people are telling me to do because what they're doing is working. Does it make sense? And you have to be willing to do that, because I believe, and I truly believe, everybody here wants to close a deal, wants to ring that bell. Well, I don't know where the bell's at. Where's the bell, Alex?
It's gone because nobody's closing deals.
Oh, okay, nobody's going. Oh, there you go. So this is exactly the exactly reason why this is so important. If whatever you're doing right now it's not working, we need to speed up the process. Like, you have to get to this real fast. And you have the tools, you have the support, you have the training on a daily basis to do this, right? It's okay for you to learn about contracts, but you're not going to learn about contracts if you don't have a client. You could be the master in contracts, but you only get paid if you have a client. Can anybody agree with me on that? Right? It's okay to learn about termites and NHDs, but if you don't have a client, none of that matters. It really doesn't matter how many clients, if you don't have any clients. We can teach you about everything about fires, earthquakes, insurances. If you don't have clients, that doesn't matter either way. So this is crucial, right? On Tuesdays, it's crucial to say, like, damn, what is something that people are doing out there that's working? And I'm telling you, I know what's working right now because I already see the results coming in. It just takes a little bit. It's like the snowball effect. January is a very slow month. People are still planning. They're getting ready to do their taxes. They're going to find out they might need a tax write-off. Some of them might have a change of job. Maybe they hate their old job and they're getting a new job. They're moving out of state. Some of them are maybe upset, I'll use it again, that Trump won, and maybe they're getting ready to sell and they want to move to another state. I can tell you hundreds of scenarios. But if you don't find out why these people are selling or what's their motivation, which is the most important thing, then you're wasting your time. Don't blame it on the client. If you're driving all the way to, I don't know, what's an hour from here, Menifee, and you go there and you thought you were getting a listing appointment, it was really more of a preview. If they don't sign, you can't help them. Even a buyer, right? Stephanie, I'm sure that buyer's sending her videos. They want to go see a triplex. She already told them, you can show me all the videos you want, and I can show you all that. But if you don't get pre-approval of my lender, I can't help you. So that's what you guys have to push. And it's not that you're trying to close on them. You're trying to be I don't want to do this because I feel like if I do that, I just don't want to do that. Well, for whatever feeling it is. But if you don't get to this, there's not going to be no money, no paycheck. And we're all here to get paid, right?
Yep.
Let me ask that question one more. Are we all here to get paid?
Yep.
So the only way you're going to get paid, the only way I know I'm going to get paid is if I go on appointments. That's the only way I know I'm going to get paid. Not how many open houses I did, how many calls I made, did I go to the office to the training. The only way you're only going to get paid is if you're going on appointments. There's a buyer appointment and there's a listing appointment, a seller appointment. So with that said is, today we're talking about the demo, right? The demo, like David Hill says, the demo is pretty much your product. Who are you? Are you a buyer agent or a listing agent? Now I can share with you guys. You guys have this sheet. Everybody got that sheet that's right here by the donuts? Everybody got it? Because there's a little exercise in the back that I want to do with you guys real quick. So the product is this. So I'm showing you guys this product right here. If you guys see, the product here is Keegan water. What's the feature of that water bottle? It's 9.5 alkaline setting. The advantages is it has a healthy pH levels, and the benefit is this is free. Here are just different products. Once again, your product is a buyer or a seller. That's what our product is. But it's the same formula. What are the Charles, what is the benefits of working with you, Charles, versus working with Chris? What are the benefits?
Diligent what I do.
I'm sorry?
Very diligent what I do.
You're very diligent what you do. Tell me more about that, Charles.
I make the calls I need for you. I make the appointments I need to set up with you. I pick you up, I drop you off, and then we have lunch and talk over the stuff we do.
Okay, pretty good. Christian, what are the features of working with you? Why should I choose you? Sophia, her presentation was on point. Why should I choose you from her? What are the features of working with you?
Because I get the buyer for all my listings.
You get the buyer for all your listings. Can you guarantee me that, Christian?
I guarantee you.
You guarantee me? Okay. Awesome.
If not, I'll drop my commission to 1.5%.
Oh, you'll drop your, now you got my attention. You're going to discount yourself, Christian. Right, so here, I'll go through it with you guys so you guys get an idea. Behind that page, I need everybody to just do the little exercise. I'm going to help you through it. You got to know what the features, benefits, and advantages are working with you. I can share mine. First, I'll describe what they are, and then I'm going to share mine with you guys, okay? So the product, okay, keep in mind, the product is, describe what the product is. Are you a buyer or are you working with sellers? Let's get that, right? The product is a buyer or a seller. The feature, highlight the key features of your product. What are the features that you have to offer to a buyer or to a seller? What advantages do you have for that buyer to work with you? Explain how these features stand out that you have to offer. And the benefit, show them how it directly helps the user. Show them exactly how the benefits of working with you versus working with somebody else. So I'll give you guys an example. My product, I'm a listing agent. My real estate services are strictly for sellers only because that's all I focus on. My features is I do comprehensive market analysis and personalize to all my listings with strategies in my packets. The advantage is I provide insights that maximize the property's value and I expedite the sales. That's what I do. And the benefits of working with me is with all my sellers, I can achieve higher offers, faster closing, and maximizing a stress-free profit. And I also actively pursue buyers on a daily basis because I have someone who makes between 500 and 800 outbound calls. Those are the benefits of working with me. Very simple. You don't have to tell the story. But remember, your product is, you're a buyer agent or you're a listing agent. What are your features? Highlight what do you offer to your buyers? The advantages of working with you, like something about you, maybe you're always available. And the benefits of working with you. That you get somebody into 30 days or less into escrow and you hand them their keys. Anybody have any questions? So, you guys good? All right, you guys got 10 minutes. I'm going to give you, because this exercise makes you think. The whole point of this is to make you think, right? Because remember, right now, and I could share this with you guys, as you guys are writing down, please write down. The listing appointment that I went to with Justino and Phelan, the seller, he's related to the agent that was selling the property for him before. It's his brother-in-law. And when I called this expired, I said, hey, are you still motivated on selling? He's like, yes, do you have a buyer for me? I said, that's a great question. I actually work with a ton of buyers and sellers, and that's exactly what we do. What we do is we generate multiple offers for all my listings because we actively pursue buyers on a daily basis. I have a person that calls between 500 and 800 buyers on a daily basis so I can maximize the amount of offers for all my listings. Now, let me ask you this. Are you still thinking about selling? He's like, yes. He's like, can you get the price for me that I want? I said, I could do my best to get that price, but I can even do something better. That's it. What we need to do is get together in the next couple of days. I'm going to drive to your property. Let me go look at it myself before I can tell you what it's worth. And then once I look at it, I could give you more information. Fair enough? Fair enough. So I drove with Justino to the property. in Phelan, 4.6 acres, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, with an outside house and an AD unit. Right, Justino?
Yeah.
We took a quick look at it, called them on the spot, and said, you know what? I think I could sell this house. Let me work on my CMA. What works better for you? Weekdays or weekends? He told me what days? It's weekdays. So today I have my listing appointment with him. I'm meeting with his wife and him because they're both decision makers. And this is exactly what he told me. Alfred, you know what? Make sure you bring the contract because I'm listing with you. That's exactly what he said. Justino was there on the phone while we were getting some taquitos.
Yep.
So when you bring enough value to that person, they're not going to second guess like, okay, this guy's a professional, he's not an amateur. He asked me all the right questions. He put me at ease. He asked me if I was still selling. He asked me what my plans be if I don't sell. And he asked me what's my motivation. Why is he selling? I know he's selling because he wants to buy a vacation home in Temecula. So he said if I do a good job on this property, he's going to let me sell his 2 other houses. So this is a very important listing appointment for me. If I sum them all together, that's $60,000. So let me ask you this. If I was to say, hey, you're going to make $60,000, Justino, at the end of this month, I need you to learn this one objection. Do you have a buyer for me? Would you not learn that objection for $60,000? So if I put a value to that objection, you're going to write it down. You're going to memorize it. You're going to think about it. You're going to have it on your phone like I do. I'm obsessing with it. And it should take you 90 days to learn that objection. Right? So it's very important that you start thinking like, okay, what happened last year didn't work. I needed to change this year. And you have to do that. You have to really, really want that. Because believe me, you're gonna see a big difference this year. I mean, I'm literally all in. I have multiple lead sources that you guys have access to, but you just have to know what questions to ask. All right, I'm gonna shut my mouth because I'm seeing people writing, and I'm gonna pick some of you guys.
Mortgage payment, and then once you're comfortable with that rate, whatever, they'll let you know where your quantity, your price would be. And then if the rates drop, then you can always refinance and get a much lower mortgage payment.
Were they already pre-approved?
No.
So let me ask you this: when you say, "Have you spoken to your lender?" Were you assuming they had a lender?
Yeah, I'm just basically telling them like, don't worry about the rate.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Don't worry about the rate, but it's like more like, hey, talk to a lender.
So this is
whether they have one or not. Like if,
So this is what you want to do when you're at an open house and the buyer is there. Hey, how'd you guys hear about the open house? Da 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 da. We saw it on Zillow. Blah blah blah. Great. What did you guys like about this house? Asking the question, right? Fact finding. What did you like about this house? What brings you into the area? How soon did you need to look for a house? By the way, here's the question right here. Here's for you, Elizabeth. By the way, Maria, what type of financing were you thinking about doing? Do you hear me bring up the lender? No, we assume that, right? So, hey, Maria, what type of financing were you thinking about doing? Say, I just started.
Oh, I haven't thought about it yet. I just started looking for the homes.
Oh, you just started looking. Maria, how exciting. So listen, Maria, this is what we do. I have a preferred lender that we bring you into our office. We set a consultation. We show you exactly what benefits as a first-time home buyer that are out there right now. Maria, what works better for you, weekdays or weekends?
Probably the weekends, but I still, when I'm ready, what I'm thinking of doing is checking with my bank first.
Got it. So when you're ready and you're going to check with your friend. Now, Maria, when you say you have a friend, let me ask you this. Are you trying to do yourself a favor?
No,
Or
no,
your?
I said bank.
Oh, you're going to check with your bank? You know what, Maria? I agree with you. You should always get a second opinion. Would you be open to getting the opinion from my preferred lender? Because I would hate for you to miss out.
No, not at all.
Great. Maria, is it?
We'll check with both of them. Yeah.
Got it, Maria. And Maria, is this the best number for you? The 123-999, never mind?
Yeah.
Would it be okay if I send a group text right now between me and you and my lender so we get the process started?
Yeah.
Wow.
Real fast, guys. Get to that appointment fast. Doesn't matter what they tell you. That's exactly why we need to meet, Maria. I would hate for you to miss out on the programs we got. That's exactly why to me, Mr. Seller, I would hate for you to list with the weak agent. And I say that all the time. I would hate for you to, I understand you have a family friend in the business or whoever it is, but let me ask you this, what's more important, me netting you the most amount of money or doing your friend, family, or whoever a favor? The chances are they're going to say netting the most amount of money, right? Awesome. I think I gave you guys, anybody need more time? All right, I'll go down the line. I'll start with Frankie.
Okay, so, because I wanna focus more on listings this year,
Beautiful.
so my product is listing. My features are that I am the C21, which is known worldwide. We have, marketing platforms and tools to enhance the property's visibility.
So,
Also good at negotiating. So that's one feature. An advantage is I know the areas because I grew up here in Southern California. I have insights to the market values that we're in your neighborhood. I answer calls within an hour or text messages, and if I can't, I get back to you with a quick text. Let me call you back at such and such time. I walk you step by step the process of how we're gonna sell your home, how to stage your home, what we need to do to make it appealable if it needs any of that done. And I walk you through each phase of what we're doing in the sales process of it. I have a trusted escrow team that we'll be using, so we're in constant communication. And then the benefits is, and I use is HIS. And I like how you had said it too, but I use the HIS acronym or not acronym,
Yeah.
it's not it's acronym.
yeah.
So, you want the highest price in the shortest amount of time, and you want it stress-free, and that's what we do.
Damn, you have a lot of good stuff, It's really, really, really good, Frankie. I'm proud of you. I know you're going to do good. I know, just by what you just told me, I already see it happening. All right, Sophia, try to beat that one. See that? Here we go. All right, Sophia, the stage is yours.
The product sellers.
Okay,
Obviously, I'm gonna try to learn to be more like a sales agent.
okay,
We have a team of callers internationally making phone calls just to try to promote your listing.
beautiful.
We're strong negotiators. We usually get into closer situations for our sellers. We handle open houses ourselves for 1 or 2 weekends in a row.
That's a good one.
We work with C21. It's a pretty reliable company, nationally, internationally. We have a marketing strategy, not only through social media, but also through our website and through our network. And pretty much.
Good job, Sophia. All right. The man of the hour, Christian. Talk to me. What is your product, Christian?
So, for sellers,
Okay.
we want to focus on sellers. I see everything that they said, but I'll add more. So,
Your feature? What's your feature?
I get my buyers in homes in 30 days or less. We net you the most amount of money possible. Quick to respond, and like Frankie said, in an hour or less. If not, we'll get a text message. I break down the entire selling process step by step, from meeting all the way to the close of escrow. We get multiple offers for our listings to get buyers to compete. We use social media and in-person marketing strategies, so like running ads and door knocking and cold calling. And we usually sell homes in less than 2 weeks.
All right, let's get up to Chris. All right, Albert. What is your product, feature, advantage, and benefit, Albert?
You know what I got for, I'll go with buyers, so buyer's agent features, I can write up an offer 5 minutes or less. So if I'm showing you a property, I could have email you the offer letter on the spot, pretty much. I will actually send you properties, which I would, as soon as possible. The advantage is that I hear what you need, what you want. I will modify your search if needed, and I will check and see if you're happy with it, as well as will walk you through the process of buying a home. And each time I'll remind you where we are in the process. The benefit is I'm a strong negotiator. We will set up a time and date to show you the properties, and we'll spend all the time seeing those properties.
Give it up to Albert, everybody. Good job, Albert. All right, Stephanie. Okay, great. Let's go.
Future, great communication, provide timely updates. Working towards your goal. Advantage, a positive and supportive attitude. Benefit, I get my buyers in a home in 30 days. I have a great team. It's all in-house. Lender, UTC, like escrow.
All right, let's get up to Stephanie. All right, Justino, you're next.
Yep. Buyer. Well, my future is looking for the best for my buyer.
Okay.
His trading criteria, I'm sorry. The advantage that we have with, I always talk to the listing agent before I go to show the houses to them. And the benefit, I try to save the more money from the pocket.
Okay, let's give it up to Justino. All right, Justino. Elizabeth.
So a lot of what they already said, but I'll just add to it. So professional pictures, email blast to a 30-mile radius or more, just depends on the location of the property. Actively pass out flyers in the neighborhood to promote their listing, and this was for sellers, sorry. This is for sellers. Yeah, I mean, I think that's...
Good job, Elizabeth. Yeah. You said some things they didn't say.
I try to add on.
Yeah. All right, Maria. I'm leaning on you, Maria. Who's your buyer or seller?
So my product for now is buyer's agent.
Okay.
And some of my features are, I do very specific fact finding to understand exactly what their needs are, not their wants. I help them to identify the difference. Once we have identified that, then I provide the user's buyer's guide. Then after that, I give them a pretty much like a knowledge of what the inventory is, so they have to choose. Well, I refer them to lending, and then once we identified how much they can buy, then I show them what's available for them to choose from there. Then we know exactly where we gotta go and for how much and this and that. And so once we have that, then show them what the homes that they're interested in.
Is that the benefit?
I'm sorry?
Is that the benefit?
Well, the benefit is that we have identified precisely by fact finding everything. From what they qualify for to what they need and what's available. It narrows down the time that we have to work with and what they, what's available for them. And so once all of that is done, then I establish communication with the listing agents. And then we go from there, and I usually try and place them between 30 to 45 days in escrow.
Got it. All right, Maria. Good job, Maria. All right, sisters. Araceli.
Okay, so my product is home buyer,
Home buyer.
and features ability to network. The advantage is guidance and having different options.
Okay.
And then the benefit is just obtaining a dream home.
All right, let's give it up to Araceli. All right, those claps are good. All right, Viviana. Your buyers, okay?
And I specialize with first-time home buyers and, I know it's like a daunting thing to buy a home for the first time, so I also work with reliable lenders.
Okay.
And then an advantage would be that I'm very meticulous, an active communicator, and a problem solver, so if I don't have an answer, I'll find one. And the benefit would be that my priority is to make like the whole process as stress-free as possible.
All right, good. Viviana, give it up to Viviana. All right, Charles, you're the last one. They saved the best for last.
Yeah, right.
What product is Charles?
All right, I'm gonna go with this.
Okay.
Lifting. All right, the benefits, the feature is I work for a well-known company, 21 Century Prime Time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have multiple platforms for marketing.
Okay.
I'm a master marketer, right? The advantage working with me is I'm a master closer, right? I have my own buyer mailing list.
Okay.
Okay. I also will work with other agents that have private open houses with other agents so they could send them to their own clients. And the
Ye-
benefit is we'll have an offer by the end of the week.
All right, let's give it up to Charles. All right, Charles. So, real quick, and this is open for everybody, please participate. Have you ever thought about these things before? Do you think that some of these things that you didn't talk about could be a reason why you've lost clients? Right? This is very important because our job is to put the client at ease. Remember, there's a lot of agents out there going after your client. If you don't think they are, they are. And they're reaching out to them many different ways. Through the mail, with postcards, through robots, auto dialers, texting, emails, through social media branding. That's why you don't want to be a secret agent. You want to post yourself being busy, that you're active, you're out there, you're helping clients tell a story after you close a deal. Hey, this buyer, I met him at an open house. When I met him, their credit score was 550. I got him to a credit repair program with my lender, and after 3 months of fixing their credit and them listening to what I'm saying, I got them the keys to their dream home. Share stuff that's relatable to other people or what other agents are doing. And remember, if you don't have a listing, you can use the office listings. You can use my listings. Make a flyer. Make a flyer, go market that area. Believe me, door knocking and open house is the best way to not only farm that area and get known. You have the chances, they say if you door knock, you have an 87% chance of getting another contract, whether it's a buyer or a seller, just by door knocking, right? Like Elizabeth said, I use a company called MLS Blast. I know we want to double end the properties. I know we want to buy for our own properties, but my job is to get the home sold for top dollar, whether I get the buyer or not. So I have to market it. I have to spend that money. It's about how much for a 5-mile radius?
It was like $20, or
It-
like, I don't know, I did 15 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like $20. There's a company called MLS Blast that you can blast out your listing. It creates everything for you, templates. I mean, it'll create a flyer for an open house coming soon, just list it, right? You could use it for so many to take advantage of that. Because remember, the rule of thumb is every listing should give you 1 or 2 deals if you did the right marketing. If you're doing an open house or you got a listing, you should get another contract from it. The story was when I did Jurupa Valley last year, I don't know from who was in this office with me besides Felix. That one listing in Jurupa Valley gave me 7 deals. That one listing in Jurupa. Because we sold that property. Felix helped me find the seller of property. Then Carlos with me, now I remember. Then that listing gave us the property in Norco with Carlos. Then that property gave me another seller in Jurupa Valley where Sofia and Carlos did the open house for me, and it was insane. Remember that house in Jurupa Valley? And then those buyers end up buying, and from there it was a 7-deal transaction from one open house. It was insane. It was a house that kept on giving. Well, a matter of fact, after that, the seller referred me and Felix, a client of ours named Christian, and he bought a property here in Ontario. So I'm telling you, one deal or one listing or any opportunity you got should give you another deal. But you have to ask the right questions. You have to do the right fact finding. You want to make sure you greet them right. You want to make sure you're in the right product. Find out with your lenders. Here's my recommendation. Find out with your lenders what's the rates, what programs they have out there. You want to know a little bit of that because when buyers get to your open house, another thing you want to do, I think I said this yesterday, you want to have a pre-buyer packet or whatever you want to call it at the open house. Because remember, these buyers are going to a lot of open houses. You want to give them something with your name and branding, right? We have a buyer pre-listing packet with all the steps that a buyer is going to go through buying a house because they don't know about a home inspection. Some agents don't even know who's paying the home inspection, right? That was a text that got sent. You're a buyer agent, you know who pays the inspection. The buyer does. Who pays the appraisal? The buyer does. The lender orders it. And that information should not be given to the sellers, right? Because if that house is worth more than what you're paying for it, you're in big trouble. And there's people, I'm not saying in this office, that have emailed the listing agent how much that property came back. I'm not saying, I don't know if it's ever happened here, but I'm sure it's happened somewhere else. Go ahead, Albert.
So one time you email the appraisal report if it comes under what you offered. So you can use that for negotiation to lower the cost for your buyer.
Great.
That's the only time.
Anybody else? Any takeaways? Did it make you think a little bit? So the next week, unfortunately, I love doing this little workshop. The next week, we're just going to talk about you're at the kitchen table. You already went through your greeting, your fact finding. You're on the right product, your demo. Now we're asking the seller or the buyers to either meet with our lender and get pre-approved, or the seller, you heard enough information, are you ready to put me to work, sign here. The next week, we're going to talk about the close. And then a little bit of the follow-up, because even if you do this, everything here, there's people right now that, I'll say, Stephanie has people that are going to be buying, but they're not buying just yet for a lot of reasons. And some of those reasons is they add time. Oh, it's not the right time. I'm waiting till springtime. Or, something came up, right? There's always something coming up in life. So we're going to talk about what the follow-up is, because when you call these people, never, ever call somebody that you're nurturing. Don't ever call them and say, hi, Maria, I'm just following up with you. Don't ever say that. This is not a doctor's office. You're not calling to see, hey, I'm just checking in on you. Frankie, are you ready to sell? Like, we're real estate agents. You need to call them, hey, Maria, guess what? I just saw a property that met your criteria and you crossed my mind. Are you available to go see it right away? Right? Or a seller, hey, Mr. Seller, I got some good news for you. Your neighbor at 123 Banana Street just sold for this amount, and I think I could get this for you as well. I would hate for you to wait till spring, because can you agree with me? Everybody's waiting till spring. Don't you want to be the first one right now? Can you afford to lose 10% of your property value? And that's exactly why we need to meet. Doesn't matter what objection, oh, the sky is falling. And that's exactly why we need to meet. I don't want something to fall on your head. Everybody good with that? I'm obsessed with this stuff, man. I'm trying to be like great. I don't want to be average. And I'm going to bring all of you guys with me. So other than that, next week we're doing that. Real quick reminder, there is tomorrow at 1:15 the contracts. I'm sure Felix is going to be covering something in the contract because the contract did change. I just barely noticed myself. We are doing the phone zone tomorrow from 3 to 5:30. Once again, the phone zone, it is a place to make calls. But if nobody wants to make calls, it's cool. we could work on your CRM, setting up your campaigns, because you guys are all paying for a CRM. Most of you have the KV Core, aka Bolt Trail. You want to have your campaigns working, because some of those campaigns, they stop every year. Just so you know, they don't roll over to the next year, and you need to know if that campaign's still working or it just completely stopped, or the lead is dead. Cool? Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, damn, there's so much good stuff going on. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, 9 a.m., we do scripts and role play. Now, you don't have to turn your camera on, but if you just want to log in and hear other people role playing. Last week, first of all, thank you guys at a role play.